So friends, welcome to the Light Mode channel. In addition to our current affairs daily series, we are starting computer awareness series for RBI Assistant Mains exam. We will discuss some questions today which have been asked in recent exam conducted by IBPS. So question number 1. DSL modem is a device used to connect a computer or router to a telephone line which provides the DSL service for connection to the internet, which is often called the DSL broadband. So you have to tell that what is the full form of DSL. The right answer of this question is digital subscriber line. In fact, this DSL modem is that modem through which we can use voice communication over the telephone by connecting that telephone to the connected computer or router. Moving on to the next question. Which of the following statement is wrong? Statement A. ROM. The full form of ROM is read-only memory and RAM is known as random access memory. So statement A. RAM can hold data without power and RAM cannot. ROM is meant for permanent storage and RAM is for temporary storage. Statement C. ROM is costlier while RAM is cheaper than ROM. Statement D. ROM is used in firmware microcontrollers while RAM is used in CPU cache primary memory. So you have to tell that which of the statement is wrong. So let me tell you that statement C. This statement is wrong. In fact, RAM is costlier while ROM is cheaper than RAM. So moving on to the next question. Which of the following is not a type of ROM? A. Mask ROM. B. PROM. C. EPROM or D. Double EPROM. So you have to tell that which of the following is not a type of ROM. So the right answer of this question will be none. All of the options are a type of ROM. So in fact, let me tell you some facts about RAM and ROM. RAM, which is a random access memory, it is a volatile memory, which means the data stored in the RAM evaporates the moment you cut the power. That is one of the reasons random access memory cannot be used as a permanent storage despite the fact that it is way faster than the traditional magnetic disk based hard drives. So these were the facts about RAM, and let me tell you, RAM has two parts. SRAM, it means static RAM, and DRAM, it means dynamic RAM, random access memory. So SRAM, it stores a bit of data using the state of a 6 transistor memory cell. SRAM is way faster than DRAM. So these all are important for exams. Anything can be asked, but the main point is SRAM is also costlier than DRAM. SRAM is costlier. While if you see the DRAM, so DRAM, it stores a bit data using a pair of transistor and capacitor which constitute a DRAM memory cell. So these were the two parts of RAM, SRAM and DRAM. Now if we see about ROM, which is read only memory, so the ROM is a non-volatile memory. It does not forget the data even if the power supply is removed. Let me tell you that ROM is used to store firmware for the hardware which hardly gets any regular updates. For example, the BIOS. If we see the types of ROM, so these all are the types: mask ROM, PROM, that is programmable read-only memory, ERAM, E stands for erasable, and double E, that means electrically erasable. So what is mask ROM? So this is the type of ROM for which the data is written during the manufacturing of the memory chip. Okay, so the data is written during the manufacturing of the memory chip in the mask ROM, while in PROM, the data is written after the memory chip has been created. So you are seeing the difference, and PROM is non-volatile. EPROM is non-volatile. Whereas if you see EPROM, erasable programmable readable memory, the data on this non-volatile memory chip can be erased by exposing it to high intensity UV light. So if we expose it to the high intensity UV light, ultraviolet light, the data will be erased. So it is also a type of non-volatile memory chip. And if we see double EPROM, so the data on this non-volatile memory chip can be electrically erased using field electron emission. Okay, so due to the exposure of field electric emission, the data can be erased in this type of memory chip. So, and let me tell you that modern double EPROM are quite efficient in terms of the read-write capabilities. So these were some facts about RAM and ROM. So let's move up to the question number 4. You have to name the electronic circuit that converts power using switching devices that are turned on and off at high frequencies, and storage components such as inductors or capacitors to supply power when the switching device is in its non-conduction state. So you have to tell the name of electronic circuit that converts power using switching devices. So what will be the answer? PSPM, SPSM, SMPS or STTP? So the answer of this question will be SMPS, switched mode power supply. So SMPS is an electronic circuit that converts. This question was asked in NABARD 2020 exams. So this electronic circuit converts power using switching devices that are turned on and off at high frequencies. If we see the categories of SMPS, so these are for AC to DC, DC to DC, DC to DC and AC to AC. AC is analog circuit, DC is analog current and DC is digital current. So let's move to the next question. What is the shortcut to split the document window? So you have to tell that in Microsoft Word, what is the shortcut to split the document window. That means if you have a screen, so which command you will type, which button you will press, after which there will be a something this like, if this is a page and the screen will be splitted in this form. So you can now move, only the above part will be in rest and this will be in dynamic, so you can move the pages. So you have to tell that what is the shortcut. So the answer of this question is Control Alt S. Let's move to the next question. So you can see that press alternate Control plus S and the split cursors will appear. Now question number 6. What is the shortcut that lets you go to the page wherever you want? So you have to tell that which shortcut you will use if you want to go to any page. Let us suppose that you want to go to the page number 15. So how you can go? So the right answer will be, can you guess? So let me tell you, the right answer is Control G plus F5. You can either press Control plus G or function 5 button to directly go to the page whatever you want. So that has been explained here. Moving to the next question. Name the type of interfaces to connect storage devices like hard drives to a computer system bus: IDE, SATA, ATA or ESC. So this question is also very important. This has been also asked in the 2020 exams conducted by IBPS. So which is the right answer? So the correct answer will be A and B, IDE and SATA. So let us see what is IDE and SATA. IDE and SATA are different type of interfaces to connect storage devices like hard drive to a computer system bus. SATA stands for Serial Advanced Technology Attachment, while IDE is also called Parallel Advanced Technology Attachment. So it was the very important question. Kindly remember that. Question number 8. What is used to measure the resolution of an image both on a screen and in print? DPO, PLC, PID or DPI? So the right answer is DPI, dots per inch. So DPI is a measure of spatial printing video or image scanner dot density. Question number 9. A domain name is a part of a URL which stands for. So you have to tell that what is the full form of URL. It is Unix reframe locator, Unix resource locator, uniform resource locator, or it is uniform resource location. The right answer is, can you guess? Yeah, it is uniform resource locator, option number C. If you can see this URL in this is called domain name, and the whole thing from HTTPS to whole thing, this is called URL, uniform resource locator. Now the last question, name the term that means to start up a computer that is turned off. Cold boot, hard boot, warm boot, or reboot. So the right answer is cold boot or hard boot, option A and B both. To perform a cold boot, or also called a hard boot, means to start up a computer that is turned off. Okay, it is used in contrast to a warm boot. So there is a warm boot which refers to restarting a computer once it has been turned on. So you can see the difference, turned on and turned off. A cold boot is typically performed by pressing the power button on the computer. Both a cold boot and warm boot clear the system RAM and perform the boot sequence from scratch. However, unlike a cold boot, a warm boot may not clear all system cache while store the temporary information. So you can see the difference between cold boot and warm boot here. Okay, and you have to remember that cold boot is also known as hard boot. So that's where the questions in our first video of computer awareness series. Thanks for watching, and please share your feedback and suggestions at hi@lightmode.in, and kindly share, subscribe to this video. Thank you.